What's up? My name is Iamsu, and this is Fader TV. I'm from Richmond, California, and it's a very interesting place. At one point, it's still a lot of violence, but I was never really into like the street life and everything like that. My mom's a teacher, and we moved out when I was probably like 11 or 12. So yeah, it's just an interesting place. It's a lot of crime, a lot of drugs, and it's hard to make it out, but successfully I did though. I just started doing online classes like this semester, so that shit's hella hard. It's hard to remember to check it. Like it's not like checking your Twitter or something because you're interested into it, but it's like I gotta check school on my computer, so that's hella hard. I be missing hella stuff. But before that, I was just going up to school and taking classes, and it started getting hella awkward because they would play like my music at school. People would recognize me in class. I get stared at hella much. It was just getting hella like too hectic. Well, my aunt had a home studio, and I would like make my beats from her. She had like a Korg keyboard, so I started there, and then I went to youth radio in Oakland, and that's where I started using Reason, and I record on Pro Tools, and it's like a youth program. It's mainly for people like the Oakland and Berkeley area, but my homegirl that I went to high school with, her name is Savanya, and she worked up there, so she told me about it. She knew I was into music, right? So she told me about it, and I started just catching the BART and going up there like a couple times a week. It was like hella situations with that song. When the video finally came out, like the official video with 50, I was still in it, but I didn't get the feature credit, which was kind of awkward. And then it was like parts where I was off. There was versions in different cities where I wouldn't be on it, but it would be like a version out here, I'd be on it, and it just was different. So that was an interesting situation. It was kind of like a humbling thing. It was like in the midst of all that success, you still getting like, so it was interesting. I think it kind of gives me my attitude that I got now. On my phone, I got a translator, and I put in Japanese, and I typed in speed, because my mixtape's called Susie 6 Speed, and apparently it translated it to piss, which sucks. But yeah, I thought it meant speed. Just being from where we're from, it's an energy that's inside of us. We're a lot different. Like if you go to a concert in LA and go to a concert in the Bay, you're gonna get a whole different energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? We respond to people totally different. And that was like translated in our music. And hyphy meant the world to me. It was like something I could finally claim, like, I'm from here, like, you know what I'm saying? Even though, like, I would go to family reunions down south, like, all my family's from Texas, so they would hella make fun of that shit, and they would be hella jumping around, being hella goofy, but that's, like, that was hella tight. But I think the terminology and, like, looking silly now, but it was tight back then, but looking silly and doing all that shit is kind of, like, come and gone, but the energy is still there.